Nanu, hello and welcome back to Skybound episode 8. Hope you're all well. And firstly, I'm going to apologise. This episode has taken quite some time to come out because I've been a bit busy. There's been a big grind and I started again. Not the map, but I was sorting out a very fancy sorting system. I wasn't happy with it. I tore it all down and I've got stuff ready and prepped for the biggest sorting system I've ever constructed. Not like in the world, but it's a pretty beefy storage system. But nonetheless, we are starting this episode on the day that Skybound has just received an update. So it's the collector's update, and there's going to be I'm going to put up the changelog here. So it's fixed some bugs, but it's also added a load of collector's stuff. Now, we will go and maybe have a little look in the library later on and go and check out the new collector's book. But we're going to save most of that for next episode so I can do some digging around. And there is a new shulker. There is a pink shulker. My sources are already out scouting the map, finding its location. So next episode, there should be a spoiler for that and where to find it. But yes, so big update stuff, and it just so happens the episode I've been working on isn't ready, so we're going to do that first. So I've got a bunch of notes here. Hold on. So yes, starting in the greenhouse, as you can see here, a few changes have happened. So the pots that were over here have been removed. Everything was getting a bit swampy down below. There were items galore. Granny Gamer would have gone absolutely nuts at my poor housekeeping. And mentioning Granny Gamer, she's actually online now. She's streaming from the creator's realm. Yeah, the Skybound creator realm. But anyway, I digress. The reason we're here is because I was working on how to improve and how to get more out of our greenhouse. And I was trying to use the conveyor belts, but they don't really work because for these guys to sort of get the items automatically, to farm them themselves, they need to have the storage upgrade, which then means that the item sits in here and won't go along the conveyor belt. If I don't give it the storage upgrade, this tree will stay grown and I need to right click it to get whatever resources it's dropped. So I've gone down the route of a whole chain of hoppers which drop down below. We'll take you down there later on. But whilst tinkering and playing about, what I did find was a couple of interesting things regarding the conveyor belts. So, carpet on top does not affect them, and they're not affected by half slabs. They can go straight underneath them, okay? And this then led me to a new design for my chickens. I was prompted to redesign it anyway because of how I want to do the tracks down below, but let me show you what I've got half set up. I haven't finished it yet, but these here where the carpet is are going to be little chicken pods. So the chickens will sit on here, okay? And then as and when they lay their goodies, they're going to get transported all the way along. And if my theory's correct, I'm pretty sure that these chickens cannot fit underneath here. Baby ones, maybe. We might have an issue with a couple of babies popping out and I need to deal with them, but I'm sure we will be okay. So all of this, you're probably thinking, well, you're going to have a lot of resources, Cyan, okay? And I have built up a huge amount of stuff down there, and there's big changes down there. We will show you in a bit. But this all leads me to what is out the back here. And that is what's going to be my new storage warehouse with a giant furnace that I want to get working. So yes, lots of stuff. This is why I've been quite busy, because I did start building some of this and I wasn't happy. So I just thought, you know, let's go nuts. And I've made this huge, giant area where I can now get busy. So the idea is that I'm going to use some of these sorting systems, and shout out to Silent Whisperer here. I found this on his channel. I don't know if it's his design or if he was showcasing it, but yeah, I found it through Silent Whisperer. So full credit to him. I think the thing that makes it different is these target blocks. But I got to thinking, like, I want to fill. So if I come back here, sorry, ignore these chests. A lot of them are just like mess. But I want to basically fill like these 3 I've done here. I want to have all the way along up to that wall there, and then the same this side. I've already done 1, and I'm going to do that all the way along to that wall there. So the reason for this wall is to allow me some room behind the furnace here to do my furnace stuff, because I've got two barrels here, and I want them as an input and an output. So anything I want cooked, I put in here, and when it's cooked, it comes out here, and it will automatically be fueled by all of the sticks, the mountains of sticks that I'm going to be getting from my botany pots. So planning ahead and trying to get organized, I had a little count up, and it works out I need best part of a stack of item filters, if that makes sense. So imagine this one slice here, okay, ignoring this bit, these are just blocks that I've placed there for jumping about, okay, but that one slice there, right, I was planning for 64 of them. So what I done, I feel quite smart doing this, right? So if we look over at this item filter, and we can see that we need, like, you know, 4 chests here, we need all of these hoppers, comparator, bits of redstone, and all of these blocks, right? What I've done is actually in this chest here, you can see that this is the layout of that item filter, and I basically grinded so incredibly hard that I got to the point of getting a stack of everything needed. So this takes us, if we look at these 2 hoppers here, okay, that takes us to these 2 hoppers here. Okay, and then I've got a little contraption in the front, and that is here. So there's the wall blocks. We've got the item frames, the chest that you have access to here. And then below that, we're going to have hoppers. We're going to have some lever and redstone lamp stuff. Because what I want to do is whenever something either backs up, or I think, oh, I want something cooked, or I want something done with something, I want to be able to send it down below, so then it can be processed further. I think that'll make more sense later on. So yes, that is the majority of what has taken me so long, because of all of this, mainly in here. You look at all of this iron, so that's 5 stacks of iron per stack of hoppers. So that's 4, 5, 6. That's 30 stacks of iron, plus then all of the redstone. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to now get to building this, and I'm going to do some shout outs. So starting off with Ghost X Plays, he's suggesting that I should build a mob farm or some kind of dark room. Now I do want to build a mob farm, but I need to get my item storage set up first, because otherwise that's going to be a whole nother wing of the base that's producing items, and I need to store them. But yes, mob farm will be coming, I think. Dara Butler here is suggesting that we sell stuff at the market, which I haven't been doing too much at the moment. But what I'm going to do is this storage system that I'm building in the background is going to have a way of filtering stuff back out of that system, and I can send it where I want. So I think a chest near my teleporter, where I can sort of send items that I know can be traded, send them over to that chest, and then every time I feel like doing some trading, pop to the chest, fill up and stuff, go and sell my wares at the market. Squidgy also turned up saying, have you found the pink shulker yet? Well, funnily enough, my sources tell me that the pink shulker has come with the collector's update. So I've got to look into that, but we'll come back to that one, I think. Both Nick Thayer and Epicurean suggested taking a looting 10 sword to the swamp fishing area. So as you can see in the background, I am getting stonks from this, and I've done this for a while. And yeah, as you can see in that chest there, we've got quite a few coins. Assorted Geekdom coming in with a good little suggestion here about bone mealing the 2 tall flowers in the marketplace. So I was worried about like keeping my sunflower, I think it was, when we got given that. I was like, oh, let's get a few more before we put the super fertilizer on it, but actually, yeah, just go to the market square and bone meal them big boys and get yourself some more flowers. And lastly, but definitely not the least, is a couple of comments here from Frank. So he sent a super thanks for $5 for $4.99. I activated this a little while ago, didn't actually realize it was fully working as a thing, but Frank, your support is phenomenal. Thank you so much for that super thanks. And he said he loves the greenhouse. Since this is Bedrock based, a mob spawner will occasionally spawn a zombie villager. Haven't figured out how to separate them yet from the others yet. Maybe you can. So yeah, going off of Ghost's suggestion to build a mob farm, maybe we could. I think getting villagers will be huge, especially for a lot of the stuff we're getting. You know, going to the marketplace is going to be good for trading some things, but actually villagers I think are going to be still, you know, the significant way of trading for stuff in the game. Let's not forget a big shout out to everyone else that leaves a comment, a like, and even just watches the video. Even if you're not doing anything like the likes and stuff, just watching it and being there. Thank you all very, very much. So, in the background, I have finished one side of my item sorter. Okay, it's looking quite big now, quite long, and I need to do the same the other side. I've already started with the floor section. But yeah, you can see we've got a few new things here. I've actually got all the wood types on the go. So you can see here, oak. Oh, it's actually going in there now. Oak is a more recent one, the same as jungle, and the dark oak as well. I need to get the crimson nilium. No, is it nilium? Stem. Crimson stem. And then we've got our crops here. I've added in the carrots, which, wow, they're flooding in, and the beetroots as well. The potatoes we've got for days, and the wheat we're doing all right with. I've also added the cactus has. I might need to stop this. It's a bit cray-cray, but that's the whole point of this below here. I can activate these hoppers and send them below. So it could be that I send these to be composted into bone meal, maybe. Apples from the two types of oak tree. And then we've got sort of all of the blocks. We got, I don't think the silt I've got set up yet. Or is it the soul sand I haven't? I can't remember. And the iron from our chickens. So I'll go over and show you what's going on over there in a moment. But yeah, here's the giant item sorter with our items that come up this water channel. A little bubble elevator. So we'll go and check that out in a moment downstairs. I'm hoping we can see the minecart turn up and we can see some stuff going up. Maybe. Is it going to come? I'll wait for 3, 2, 1. I feel like if I walk away now, I'm going to miss it. I'm walking away. Right. But yeah, items do come up that channel. Now, the problem I've got, so everything has sort of, you know, it's all got its own filters. But I'm getting a lot of stuff in here that shouldn't be in here. Hopper shouldn't be in here, but that's beside the point. That is something I've dropped somewhere. But yeah, the crushed iron shouldn't be ending up in here. All of these oak logs, no, the saplings and leaves should. These are going to get composted. But yeah, the logs, the stuff that I've got sorted should be going through, and I don't understand why, because all the filters are set up the same. So this is just sticks because this is an empty one. That'll be for the crimson wood. But yeah, everything's here, but for some reason there is a bit of an overflow, and I think it might be a lag thing because of the realm, maybe. I'm not sure. I'm not that advanced. My knowledge isn't that good. But let's come through. This is still an absolute mess, and I'm not glad it's happened, but at least I can show you. This keeps moving, and I don't know why. It's only this one as well. Let's throw it back down. Can my shift button work? There we go. Yeah, we'll pop it back down. Aha! It's Foxy and Odd. Well, it's not Foxy, is it? That's his alter ego. This is just overflowing like you wouldn't believe. So yeah, big messes. But yeah, Dan never moves from here. Never an issue. I suppose he's not doing anything, but I don't think that should matter, should it? But yeah, this one always ends up moving. Ends up in the middle of the room, throwing stuff everywhere. I need to get that room sorted out. It's been very much neglected, but that's for the other side of the item sorter. But in here, in the chicken room, we have got our chickens, and the babies can escape. So when I was putting them out, a few of the babies might have escaped and I had to sort of sort them out. But the items, as you can see here, just flow through. They're fine, and they come into this little hopper system. This is going to be another wall of chickens, but I've got... Basically, I've done half of everything, apart from the greenhouse. The greenhouse is pretty much... Let's show you the greenhouse. So, we've got all the wood types, all the way up to... This would be for the crimson, and then we've got a few extra. And then the same here. I don't know if I'm missing anything. The kelp we can't do, and I should try the bamboo at some point. I don't know if that's changed. I'm not sure what else we can put in these. Maybe Neverwort and Soul Sand. But yeah. Oh, and downstairs. I knew I was forgetting something. So yeah, all the production stuff is working fine. And then in regards to getting it to that water stream. Okay, so I've got a double sort of... I've got two separate circuits on the go here. So the one on the birchwood basically powers this dropper. So whenever an item goes in, let's throw some silt in, that's going to get spat out. The minecart has actually stopped. Why have you stopped? So let's push that, and we can see it comes round. It's going to stop here first, and I'm imagining it's got lots and lots of stuff to pick up. So for some reason that had stopped. I don't know why. I need to look into that. That's the first time I've noticed that. But this would sit here and fill up. Now, if this backs up too much, it can break, and we have to use this override button to send him on his way. Now he's going to visit the chickens. Are the chickens backed up? They're not. He should be able to pick all of this up. But what we'll do is we'll send him on his way anyway. And on the way back, he'll come back the way he originally came. Drop off all his goodies. So we'll give that a moment. And you can see that that's the back circuit. Now this front circuit, the acacia circuit, what happens is as he comes, it activates the activator rail, I think that's called. And it basically turns off. For a moment, it turns this powered rail off. And then the whole time that there's items coming through, that keeps it off. Now, when this eventually empties, like it did, it then powers off, and you can see that's on now. Okay, and he went off on his way, and he'll do the collection again. So when it comes around here, this activator rail swaps the track to force him that way. It then comes back. I don't know why I keep referring to him as a him. They're gender neutral. It's a minecart chest. But yes, it will come back straight over here and then go round and that way. So it's working very well, I'd say. I need to get all of this stuff up into the sorting system. There's a lot of rubbish still pottering about, but we are getting somewhere. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to end the episode there. I'm going to get to work on basically duplicating everything that I've done here. Maybe not so much this. No, this actually, yeah. Duplicate this over here underneath our sieving situation. Get the water stream set up and get all of those other item filters set up. So yeah, a lot of work. Next episode, we're going to check out some of the new collectors update stuff. And I want to get into the automatic fisher and also quests. What quest are we on? It seems like forever since I've checked this book. The next quest is a cow in a jar. Well, we've got the cows. We can make a jar. And we have got iron for days. So, cow in a jar, new collector stuff, and auto fisher next episode. Until then, if you've enjoyed it, hit the like button on the way out. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Stay cool. Bye-bye.